Good morning, students. Welcome you all for next generation learning. Today we are going to see the subject science, class 4, chapter number 1, plant classification. Unit 1, diversity. Under this unit, there are the three chapters are present. One is plant classification, and another one is animal classification. The third one is exploring materials. Now we are going to see the chapter number 1, plant classification. Under this plant classification, we are going to see the topics: habitat, terrestrial plants, classification of terrestrial plants, aquatic plants, and lost important words. The first, the habitat. Look at this image and you know that this is a lotus. It grown in water. Can you grow the same lotus in pot or the land? No. Why? Because every plant cannot be grown in pot or on the land, because they require different environment to live. We cannot grow rose plant in water the same as the lotus plant in pot, because these two plants are different and they require different environment to live. From this we can say that the place and conditions required by the plant to grow and survive is known as its habitat. So here the lotus require the water place to grow and survive. The next one, types of plants. Look at these two images. The first one is a rose plant. The second one is lotus plant. What is the difference between these two? The rose grown on land, the lotus grown in water. So this is a major difference between rose and lotus. From this we can say there are the two types of plants. The plants that are grown on the land are known as terrestrial plant. The plants that are grown in water are known as aquatic plants. So here the rose is grown on land. So the rose plant is called terrestrial plant. And the lotus is grown in water. So this rose is called aquatic plant. Are you understand what are the two type of plants? There are the two type of plants. One is terrestrial plant and another one is aquatic plant. The plant that grown on the land means that is terrestrial plant. The plant that grown in water means that is called aquatic plant. The next one, terrestrial plant. Look at this image. You know that this is a earth and it is looking like a blue in color. Why it is looking like a blue in color? Because the 70% of our earth is covered with water, so it looks like blue color, and 30% of our earth is covered with land. And this land include hills, mountains, desert, plains, and forest. So some region which have very cold climate experience snowfall, while some areas heavy rainfall takes place. Where you feel very cold climate, if you take Ooty and Namakkal. Ooty is a hill area, so the climate of Ooty is very cold comparing to Namakkal. And Namakkal is a plain area. We feel very hot. and some region receive heavy rainfall and some region receive less rainfall. So from this we can say that a different land region also different from each other due to the change in climatic conditions. Look at this image. This is a hill area. This is a forest. And this is a mountain. This is a desert. Whether all the regions are in the same? No. Due to the climatic condition, the regions are different from each other. The first, we are going to see plants that are grown on hills and mountains. Already you know that this is a hill area and also this is a mountain area. What are the plants that are grown on hills and mountains? We are going to see. Look at this image. This is a pine tree. It grows on hills and mountains. If you take a hill and a mountain, it have snowfall and also it receive lesser sunlight. Then only we feel very cold climate at a hill area because it receive only lesser sunlight. And the plants that are grown here are tall and thin. If you take a pine tree, it is a very tall and also it is a very thin. And also it have cone shaped and having sloping branches. If you look at the branch of these trees, the branches are always sloping down. Why the branches are always sloping down? Because it helps us to snows can easily slide off. When the branches of these trees are sloping down, the snow can easily slide off. Look at this image. This is a cone shaped. So these trees have the cone shaped seeds, and the leaf of the branches of these trees are sloped down. So if you take a kill area, the kill area receive snowfall and also it receive lesser sunlight. The plants that are grown on kill areas are always tall and thin. It have cone shaped and having sloping branches. These are the facial features that are grown on a kill area plant. And why the branches are sloping down? It helpful to snow easily slide off. And these plant also called coniferous or coniferous plant due to their cone-shaped structure. This kill area plant also called conifers or coniferous plant. Why it is called conifers and coniferous plant means because the cone-shaped structure. And also they have needle-like leaves with waxy coating. This waxy coating is help to this tree to survive in extreme cold weather, and also the snow that falls on to them. So why it has a needle-like leaf with a waxy coating? This waxy coating is helpful to this tree survive extreme cold weather. So when these areas having the cold climate, the needle leaves with waxy coating is helpful to survive this tree for long time. Are you understand? The plants that are grown on hills and mountains. This plant also called conifers or coniferous because of the cone shaped structure. And also if you look at this leaf, these leaves are needle-like structure and it has a waxy coating. This waxy coating is helpful to survive extreme cold weather. And some other plants also grown on hills and mountain. This is a fern plant. It is grown on hill and also mountain. The next one is deodar tree. This is also grown in hills and mountains. The next one, moss on a rock. This is also grown on hill and mountain. See, in a mountain places, some green color plants are grown. The name of that green plant are called moss. So, this plant are grown in hill areas and also mountains. The next one, lichens or lichens. We can pronounce in both the way, lichens or lichens. And this plant also grown on mountain and hill areas. So what are the plants that are grown on hills and mountains? Uh, one is a pine tree, and another one is a fern, and the third one is a moss on rock and a deodar tree. These plants are grown in hills and mountains area. What are the features? These plants are very tall and thin. When it is tall and thin, it can easily trap the sunlight, and also it has cone shaped and having the sloping branches, and the sloping branches are is useful to snow can easily slide off, and the leaf of this plant are looking like a needle. It helps to this tree to survive in the extreme cold weather. So these are the features that are grown in plant that are grown in hills and mountains. The next one, plants that are grown in the plain area. Can you identify what is this image? You know this. This is a neem tree. So this neem tree is grown on the land. That means in a plain area. So what are the features of this plant grown in the plain? The first feature is it has a lot of leaves. And look at this neem tree, it has a lot of leaves. The second feature is the stem of this plant is very solid. See, this is a stem of the neem tree. It is solid. The next one, it has several branches. So when you are looking at the neem tree, it has a lot of leaves and also it has several branches. Along with it has a solid stem. And the one more tree that grown in a plain area, that is a peepal tree. This is a peepal tree. It is also grown in the plain area. So then plain area trees have a thin and flat leaves. Why it has a thin and flat leaves? If you take a peepal tree leaf and look this is a leaf of peepal tree. It is a very thin and it has a flat surface. Why it has a flat surface? Because this flat surface is help help to transpiration process. So what is meant by transpiration? The transpiration is nothing but it is a process caused by the evaporation of water from the leaves. So this is one of the process. When the water is evaporated from the leaves, this process is called transpiration. So the leaf also evaporate the water. This process is called transpiration. So the plant that are grown in the plain areas have thin and flat leaves because this thin and flat leaves are help to transpiration process. So comparing to the kill area, if you take for a kill area, uh, the leaf of the plant is a needle, but if you take a plain area, the leaf of the plant are thin and also flat. So this is a difference between the plant that are grown in a hill and mountain, hill area and plain areas. Are you understood? Why it has a thin and flat leaves? The next one is this plant set their leaves in autumn and new leaves grown in spring. And also these trees can bear heat and give shade during the summer. So in a plain areas, the if you take a plain area, you know that the neem tree, people tree are grown in a plain area. These uh, a neem tree and a people tree set their leaves in autumn season. Set their leaves means in a once in a year, the leaves of this plant are fell down, and after a month again the new leaves are grown. So in autumn season, these plants are shed their leaves. In spring season, new leaves are grown. So what is the uses of this plain plant? It bear heat and gives shade during the summer season. Are you understand? In a plain area plant, shed their leaves once in a year. That means in autumn season, it shed their leaves. New leaves are grown in a spring season, and also it give a shade during the summer season. See here the neem tree leaves are fell down during the autumn season, and new leaves are grown in spring season. The next one, plants that are grown in desert. So till now we see that two type of plants. One is a hill and another one is a plain area. So plants that are grown in desert. So what are the special features? The plant that are grown in desert. If you take a desert, you know that there is a scarcity of water. What is meant by scarcity of water? If you take for desert, the water level is very low. So this desert area always have the scarcity of water, and it have a spines or thorns. If you take the plant that are grown in desert, this is a cactus plant. It is grown in desert and it have spines or thorns. See here, this is a thorn. Why it has spines and thorns? Because reduce water loss through the process of transpiration. You know that if you take a leaf, through the leaf the water is evaporated. If you take a leaf, the water is through the leaf, the water is evaporated. This evaporation process is called transpiration. In desert, already the water level is low. If maybe this plant have a leaf means, again the water level is going to low. So these plants does not have leaf. Instead of leaf, they have spines and thorns. Why it has a spines and thorns? Because it reduces water loss through the process of transpiration. And also it has a fleshy stem. In a plain area, we know that if you take a neem tree or peepal tree, these trees stem are solid, but the plant that is grown in a desert area, it has a fleshy stem and it has a long root. So these are the special features that are grown in a desert. One is it has a spine or thorn. Here the cactus consists of thorns. Why it has a spine and a thorn? Because it reduces water loss through the process of transpiration, and this plant has a fleshy stem and it also have long roots. The next one, plants in heavy rainfall areas. So what are the plants that are grown in heavy rainfall areas? The plant teak and rubber is grown on these areas. So it has a broad leaves. So look at this teak tree. Look at the leaf of this tree. The teak tree is broad. That means it is a big and broad. And this plant have a leaf and ear end. And this plants also called evergreen trees. Why it is called evergreen trees? Because in a year around, these plants always have leaves in their. These plants have leaves. Due to that, these plants are called evergreen plants, and it do not shed their leaves. In a plain area, we know that in a neem tree, shed their leaves once in a year. But if you take for in a rainfall area, the teak or rubber plant, it does not shed their leaves. It always have leaves in them. Due to that, we can say these plants are called evergreen plants. Always it's looking like green. And these plants and trees form a rainforest. So this type of plants are form the rainforest. Are you clear? The plants in heavy rainfall areas, the teak, and rubber tree are grown in the rainfall areas, and year around it always have leaves in them, and it does not shed their leaves, and these plants form the rainforest. The leaf of these plant are broad. The next one, plants that grown on sea coast. So what are the plants that grown near the sea? Look at this image. This is a coconut tree, and this is palm tree. So these two trees are grown near the sea. So what are the features these plants having? The first one, this plant need salty water to grow and survive. The both the plant need salty water. So you know that if you take for in a sea, the sea water always contains salt. So these plants also need salty water to survive. The next one, it grown on sandy soil. So if you take in a sea, near sea, the near sea contain the sandy soil. So these plants can grow near sea. The next one, it need abundant sunlight and a regular rainfall. And also it need high humidity. The humidity is nothing but, in a Tamil we can say that ஈரம் ஈரம்னு சொல்லுவோம் தெரியுமா, that is called humidity. So the plant grown near the sea or need salty water, and it need sandy soil, and it need sunlight, and also rainfall, and also humidity. So these features are found near the sea area. So these plants are grown in near sea coast. The next one, plants in swampy or marshy areas. Areas have sticky and clayey soil. If you take some land area, the soil is the clayey soil, it contains this clayey soil, and also it have a sticky features. So the plant that grown in these areas are called, so these areas are called marshy area. So where the land having clayey soil and sticky, these areas are called marshy areas. So they have their root above the ground. In this area, the mangrove plant grown. This plant have their root above the ground. So the plants and the trees which grown in these areas have their root always above the ground because air cannot reach the roots as the soil is sticky and also clayey. So these roots are called breathing roots and help them to breathe. So the mangrove plant is grown in this marshy area. The marshy area is nothing but it have a sticky and clayey soil. And the plant that grown in these areas have your roots above the ground because why the root have above the ground? Because air cannot reach the root. So reach the root because of that sticky and clayey soil. So these roots are called breathing roots which help them to breathe. So till now we are discussed about for the terrestrial plant. So what are the plant that are grown on hill and mountain, then plain and desert and rainfall areas and marshy areas. So the different plant grown in different region according to the different climatic conditions. The next one is aquatic plant. Already we know that what is meant by aquatic plant. The plant that grown in water are called aquatic plant. There are the three type of aquatic plant. One is a floating, fixed, under. How the terrestrial plant are divided into different type. The same as aquatic plant also divided into different type. One is a floating and another one is a fixed. The third one is a underwater. The first we are going to see what is meant by floating plant. The floating plants float on the surface of the water. Look at these two images. This is a tuckweed. The next one is hyacinth. So these plants are always float on the surface of the water. And these plants are spongy, filled with air. If you take this plant, the this plant stem and the leaf are always filled with air. So it is always looking like a sponge. And why it has a spongy like stem? Because this make them light and help them to float in a water. Maybe if there is if it does not spongy means it cannot float on the water. During hot day, aquatic animals hide beneath the floating plants to keep them cool. So during summer season or very hot day, the aquatic animals is nothing but the fish and some other animals can hide beneath. Beneath means under the floating plants to keep themselves cool. So the example of the floating plants is duckweed, water lettuce, and water hyacinth. So these are the example of the floating plant. The floating plant means it always float on the surface of the water. It has spongy filled with water. If you take the leaf and the stem of this plant, it is filled with water. Due to that, it is a float on the water. And during the summer day or hot day, in aquatic animals can hide under the floating plant to keep themselves cool. The next one, fixed plant. So what is the difference between floating plant and fixed plant? In a fixed plant means it is also grown in water, but the root of this plant are fixed under the ground. So these plants generally grown in a small water body such as a pond. The root of such plants fixed to the soil at the bottom of the pond. See here, this is a root of the lotus. It is fixed to the soil. So the plants have a light hollow stem that support the flowers and leaves. So this plant also have the hollow stem, that means a spongy stem. Why it has a hollow stem because it support the flowers and leaves to float. And the leaves are broad and flat. Them help them to get enough air and sunlight. So if you look at this leaf of the lotus, it is a broad one and it is afloat on the water, and also it help get enough air from the air and sunlight. Why it has a broad and flat leaf? It help to get enough air and sunlight. And stomata are mostly present on the upper surface of the leaf. In a stomata, later in the next unit, we will see what is meant by the stomata. And if you take for this fixed plant leaf, the stomata are present upper surface of the leaf. Normally, the stomata is always placed under surface of the leaf, but in a fixed plant, the stomata is placed, the stomata is present upper surface of the leaf. And if you take the leaf of the lotus, it has a waxy coating on the surface which repel water and prevent from the rotting. The rotting means அழுகி போகாமல் இருக்குதுன்னு சொல்லுவோம் தெரியுமா, that is called rotting. So why it has a waxy coating means the waxy coating which repel water and prevent them from rotting. So what are the plants that are grown in a fixed, what are the plants that are grown in water and fixed root? The example lotus and water lily are example of the fixed plant. The next one is underwater plants. The underwater plants means the plants that are completely submerged in water. So there is no leaf or flower above the water. That means that is completely submerged in the water. If you take for the water, this is a water filled, the plant is completely submerged into the water. There is no leaf or flower above the water. So these plants have long and thin and narrow leaves which allow them to move with water current. So these plants have some special features. One is a long, thin, narrow leaves. So these the long, thin, narrow leaves are help this plant move with water current. And these leaves do not have the stomata on the surface. In a previous slide, we know that if you take for the lotus plant, the stomata are present upper side of the leaf. And here, if you take for the underwater plant, there is no stomata on the surface of the leaf. The hydrilla is the example for underwater plant. And how these plants are breathed? They breathe through their body. And underwater aquatic plants remove the carbon dioxide released by the aquatic plants. So what is the uses of this underwater plant? These underwater plants remove the carbon dioxide released by the aquatic plants. And the example of underwater plants are, one is hydrilla and another one is tap grass. So what are the special features for underwater plants? It have a long, thin, narrow leaves. It helps them to move along with water current. And also these plants does not have a stomata on their surface. What is the uses of this underwater plant? Underwater aquatic plants remove carbon dioxide released by the aquatic plant. So You know that what is meant by aquatic plant? What are the three type of aquatic plant? One is a fixed and another one is a floating and the third one is underwater plants. These are the three type of aquatic plant. Now we are going to see what are the important words from these topics. The first word is habitat. The second word is terrestrial plant. The third word is aquatic plant. The fourth word is coniferous plant. The fifth one, moss. The sixth one, lichens or lichens. The seventh one, fixed aquatic plant. The eighth one, floating aquatic plant. Here the plant is missed. You can write it. Floating aquatic plant. The ninth one, submerged plant. The submerged plant or underwater plant are same meaning. The 10th one is transpiration. So these are the important words from this topic we learned. This is your science book. See here, this is a unit 1, diversity. Under this unit, we are seeing that the unit number 1, chapter number 1, plant classification. Under this plant classification, we have learned what is meant by habitat and the type of plants. One is a terrestrial plant and another one is a aquatic plant. The next one, the terrestrial plants means it contain hill, mountain, desert, plain and forest area. And under the classification of a terrestrial plant, we have sea, palm tree that is grown in sea coast area, mango tree that is grown in heavy rainfall area, cactus it grown in desert, teak tree that grown in a plain area, pine tree that grown in hill and mountain area, mangrove plant that is grown in marshy or swampy areas. These are your book contents. See here the plants that are grown in hill and mountain. It have received snowfall and lesser sunlight. It is a tall and thin and it have a cone shaped and having sloping branches. And it is also called coniferous or coniferous plant. And it has a needle-like leaf with waxy coating. See, this is a pine tree. It has a cone shaped. It has a cone shaped and the leaves are needle-like shape. Cone shaped seeds. And this is a moss on a rock, fern tree, antidote tree. If you take plants that are grown in a plain, the neem tree grown in plain area, and it have a lot of leaves, several branches, solid stem, and the leaves are help to transpiration process. It give shade during the summer day and it shed the leaves in autumn season. The leaves grown again in spring season. The next one, plants that are grown in desert. If you take for a desert area, there is a scarcity of water. That plants grown in these areas have a spine and thorns. Look at this image. This is a cactus. It has a thorns in their body. And these are the other example for the desert plant, parallel cactus and succulent. The next one, the plant in heavy rainfall area. This is a tea tree that is grown in rainfall areas, and these plant are called evergreen plant because in year all the year around it has a leaf on their body. And the small plants such as a cotton, sugarcane and rice are grown in these areas. The next one, plants that are grown on the sea coast. The coconut tree and palm tree are grown in sea coast. Then plants in swampy or marsh area, mangrove plant are grown in swampy area and it has a breathing roots. The next one, aquatic plant. This aquatic plant are divided into three types. One is a fixed aquatic plant, floating aquatic plant and submerged plant. Submerged plant or underwater plant. The example of submerged plant is Hydrilla, and floating fixed plant is lotus. Floating plant means water hyacinth is an example of the floating plant. So these are the content in your book. Thank you for watching.